see, I gotta open my chat. Forgot to do that before. There. Okay. Chat's up. Go and view my streams. Okay. We are good on Twitch and YouTube. Alright, we're good on YouTube. Hello, Farm Tech and Dream Spec. Welcome in. Welcome, welcome. Today, we continue this OLED. And we're going to do an M92 swap. Because we are getting an error code. Yesterday, we took out the audio IC and we replaced it with a donor, which I should probably buy some of those because I actually don't have any more now that I use that one off the only OLED donor I have. Don't want to run into that issue again and then have to wait weeks for a new chip. Mic gain is low. Okay, wait. How's that? Is that better? It was tilted a little away from my mouth. You have to be like not better. That's weird. Sounds fine to you? I mean, I have all the settings, same settings as yesterday. My mic is at full volume. And I got it right in front of my mouth because this mic is picky. It like has to be right in front of my mouth to pick up my voice usually. Um, I don't think there's anything else I can do. Except add like a filter for gain. Is that like a thing? Either that or it could be my microphone software, but I don't even think I have it open right now. Nah, wait, is that it? I do have it open. Huh. You say it's fine? Okay, I'll just leave it then. Honestly, I want to get a new microphone because really, I'm just taking my headset from my other computer and I'm having to move it to this computer every single time I stream and then move it back to my gaming computer. It's kind of annoying. I don't know which microphone I'd even want to get though. I don't know if I want to go with a studio microphone or just like a headset. I don't mind wearing headsets, and I think the studio microphone would probably pick up too much because there's typically a lot more noise in my house than just what's in this room. Okay, we're gonna need some tweezers. Let's use these. I like these ones. I was just stuck to the other. There we go. Okay, set that there. Should probably do something with this. This audio chip might be good actually that I have hanging around right here. And this Wi-Fi chip might be good too, because those were taken off a switch that we weren't sure what was wrong with it. I do have some extra slots in my other container here. Word. Okay. DJI USB mobile receiver. DJI mic mini. Yeah, I know. I definitely need. Well, as long as I can configure like noise suppression on it to get that pretty good, and just make sure it's obviously still picking up my voice. Just throw that one in there. And we'll throw the Wi-Fi chip right there. That'll do. There is also just like the noise suppression that's built into OBS, which is not great, but it's something. That's what I'm currently using. Although I do have like microphone software that I could use because I have a SteelSeries headset and it comes with software where you can configure noise suppression as well, which honestly I should probably switch to, but I kind of hate the SteelSeries software. I really like their headsets, but I have to reset the software every once in a while. Also, their freaking headsets are getting expensive. I had an ad for one the other day, and just out of curiosity, I clicked on it because it looks super nice. Uh, $600. I was like, bro, what do you mean $600? We're just gonna blast this from the top, not the bottom, because we don't have to worry about any plastic components. That's good. So we are pulling off this M92. That is the max chip, I think. That is the max chip. This is the M92. There we go. Get this in focus. Let's see. Down, down. Wait. Nope. Up a little. There we go. I want to get a better desk. The one that actually has like 4 legs and not just the center pole. It's so wobbly, and then it's like magnified by the microphone or microscope arm. All right, let's put some flux. Some nano flux. Cheap but effective. And we are going to heat this at, let's say, 450. Let's do like 40% air. That seems okay. Hang on, can I adjust this nozzle real quick? Well, it's hot as hell now. Hmm. Cool this down with some air. Just need to rotate it a little so it's more comfortable. Okay, right there. Perfect. All right. 450, 40%. And trying to take note of the pin 1 on this, or the orientation rather. Pin 1 looks to be the top left, I think. Guess we'll find out. Either way, I have the text orientation in my head. We're looking for the shiny. The shiny pins. Board is probably still taking a bunch of heat. Let's give it a poke. Yep, we're still solid. Okay, I see them starting to melt. Ones on the bottom are melting. Ones on the left are melted, and they're all melted, I can tell. Okay, can we get in here carefully? Ooh, we didn't knock anything off, guys. We did it. That's a win. Now can we can we clean it without knocking anything off? That'll be the next step. Put a little on here. Fluxes kind of float away, but that's okay. We're just gonna clean these up anyway. And I'll put a little on this ground plane. We'll suck that up too. Let's put a little more flux just to assist the copper braid. Cut myself a little piece off. And we're just going to hold that with some tweezers. And try to get this off without knocking any components. I want this same tip, but smaller. Oh, come on, stop gluing yourself down there. Oops, slid a little. There we go, now I got it. Got some nastiness on there. That looks pretty good to me though. That's good. Now come in and clean it all up. Gonna use a sponge. pads. Got some flux over here too, so I'm just trying to get that a little clean. Man, I love these sponges. Let's blow some air on this. Get it to dry up. Alright. Back with some flux. I usually use Black Horse Repairs flux here, but let's see how we do with the nano flux. That was too much. Yeah, I'm gonna have to deal with that now. That's that's the worst like pad draw I've ever seen right there. I swear this is why I usually use the Black Horse Repairs flux here, because I don't know, I feel like the nano flux just runs away sometimes when I'm trying to do my pads. See, there's like no flux over there anymore. It all flowed away. Just gonna wipe up a little bit of this. Alright, Black Horse Repairs flux this time. Omega 559. Ah, so much better. So much better. Beautiful. And I'm just gonna smear what's on there around a little bit. And I need to put a little on that ground plane. Just a tiny bit. That was probably too much. See if we can get a little bit of that up or spread thinner. That should be fine. Okay. I just want to make sure there is a little flux in the middle. I'm just going to put like the tiniest bit of flux right there. Perfect. Now we are going to take our M92, which, man, I have a bad habit of not putting the new one somewhere that I don't mix it up with the old one. Luckily the new one's clean. And it just goes right there. That looks just about perfect. I think that's a little low, actually. That looks pretty good to me. Now we just hope we don't blow it away. Dude, okay, here's what I need to do. I need to go, well, no, I wish I could have like a blacklist of links, like with Nightbot. They have a whitelist, but they don't have a blacklist. Because if I just blacklisted these websites people are linking, then I wouldn't have to do this manually. Because it's pretty much always the same websites. Alright. Anyway. So we're just going to do 450 still, but we're going to jump down to 30% in hopes we don't move the chip. You know, now that I look at it, I think that's just a tiny bit crooked. Can I? There. Alright, that probably would have flowed in place anyway, but you know, let me make sure you guys are in focus here. Nope, that's a little off there. That's decent. Dude, there's still so many things I want to buy, like a 4K camera instead of this 1080p one. For the viewers, man. Alright. Heat up around here real quick. Just kind of get the board warm. Now we go in our little circles. We want to be pretty close to it since... No way! At 30%? At least I'm quite steady today. I don't know if you guys noticed that. I'm usually shaky as hell. Alright, let's go down to like 25. It's gonna take a while at 25%, but at least we won't be blowing it away. Zoom in a little so I can see when that melts. I think it's honestly more of a me thing that I want the 4K camera, because I look at it in my OBS and I'm like, man, that could look so much better. How are we doing? Some of them are melting. I can tell. Are they all melted? I'm not sure. We're gonna stop real quick so that we can put a little pressure on this. Those are definitely all melted. Okay, you can see we squeezed out a bunch from that ground plane. Hello, Oscar. Hey, Sparta. And we're just gonna clean that up. Perfect. True. It was farm tech. Everything else on those sides looks pretty good to me. I don't see any bridges or anything. Okay, let's take this out. I'm gonna hit it with some air to cool it down. This is just air from my air compressor. So it's like room temperature air. I'm gonna clean that up a little because I don't want the flux to get all in the housing when I put it in to test it. First thing we're gonna do is hit this whole area with some alcohol. Gonna take our brush and we're just gonna kind of go around here. Just going in kind of gentle circles. Now we're gonna use a cube. Oops. All right. Now, let's see if we get the same error code. Oops. Knocking stuff down. Oh wait, housing's behind me. There we are. Oop, clean that little bit of alcohol. I don't want that on the screen. Not that it would really hurt it. Probably would need a larger quantity than that to mess up the screen. Is that fully dry? Yeah, it looks dry. Just want to make sure. What are the odds that it works? I think pretty good. I think it's gonna work. I think our odds are pretty good. I think the odds are better than me actually getting this board in where it belongs. Okay, wait, you gotta start at a big tilt. You gotta line it up with the holes. Push it in. Gotta make sure this top piece is not interfering. I think we're good. Lemanoid, what's up? There we go, we're in. Nice and flush. Get this power cable out of there. And we'll put our one screw in, hold everything together. And we'll just be needing the LCD, the battery, and while it's not necessary, I like to do the power button. Just so I can press a button instead of having to use my tweezers. Uh-oh. Why ain't that going in comfortably? I swear. If some pins got broken in this. When wicking, I use the, what is it, the C210? Oh no, I think there's a bent pin in the middle. Let's take a look. I swear. This happens way too often. Of course. Man. I hate these. Dead honest, I hate these. Now I gotta take that off. I swear, I try to be so gentle when putting these in too. It never fails. Got like a got like a 60% success rate, and 40% of the time they just break. I know. I go through these connectors so fast. I feel like, I don't know, either I just suck at it or they were not made to be unplugged and plugged back in. Okay, I need my board holder back. At least these are an easy fix. And, oh, that's right, they're right under the eMMC. I gotta pop this off because I have to do it from the bottom. See if I can get it off with this spudger. Come on now. Usually these things are difficult to get off, and then when I finally do get them off, they just go flying. Like that. That was actually not that bad. Alright, let's put this in like this. We'll go with that. Then we'll lock this in. How's that feel? Yeah, that's good. That is good. And this might be my least favorite part of the Switch, maybe. Bunch of flux in the connector above. What am I, too low? Yeah, too low. Here we go. Perfect. You can even see the broken pin from here. Oh, my bad. There you go. And put a little flux on this side. A little bit on this side. Creased, hello. Um, Someone told me to check out your UART tool the other day. I believe. Uh, Devil is just I don't know if he's taking a break so much as just he kind of just streams when he feels like it, you know? I can turn the airspeed up on this now. Back up to 50% at 450. I'll warm up around it first. So I would say Devil either just doesn't feel like it at the moment, or maybe he doesn't have anything to work on. It's one of the two. All right, let's get under here now. I don't have my tweezers yet. I'll grab it once I see this start to melt. Boy, look at all that flux in the eMMC connecting thing. Not eMMC, what is it? It's just the game card reader and the SD card. That's awesome, Creased. I'm looking forward to testing that out. That would be an awesome tool. Thanks for putting in the work, man. Okay, these are starting to melt. Let me grab my tweezers. We're waiting on this ground plane to melt around this corner. There it goes. Still feels a little stuck on this side. There we go. And we'll just do a quick cleanup. I don't know if I have enough flux on there, but what we're doing is going over it like this. Yeah, that works fine. Alright, let's get, you know what, this is the copper braid I used a bit ago. This is still perfectly fine. Just gonna add some flux to the copper braid itself. And then I'm gonna dip my hand into the flux. Because it never fails. Okay, trying to get the braid into a comfortable position for my hand. That works. Dude, I wish everything was like this, just on its own. Don't have to worry about sucking up other stuff. So easy to wick. No components around it. And we'll come in here. I might be able to just use a cloth because this is kind of out on its own. There we go. Now we add the good stuff. Omega 559. I'm basically I'm basically an advertisement for Black Horse Repairs Flux. Just want a tiny bit on that ground point. Not too much. Let me clean that tip actually. That was a little too much. Didn't even matter though. Go over this bottom one. One more time. There. Good, good. Me do a little zoom in here. Let me wipe some of that up so I can see better. That reflection is making it difficult. Oh, yep, there's a little bridge right there. See if I can kind of push this flux up onto it. No. Nope. That's a good question. That's I would wonder that too. I've never had to solder without flux. Did they did they have flux at all in the solder back then? I need some flux over here. Okay. Guess we're adding a tiny bit more. Ah, okay. Oh, you know what? Some of those top ones look a little weird too. Just gonna go over the whole thing. No one wants to bridge for some reason. Okay. I need more flux in general. There. That'll be good. One more time. Alright, that looks clean. Hey Shadow, what's up? How's it going? Let me wick up a little bit of this. Well, not wick, but with that. There we go. So there's not as much flux. When I put on the connector, still want a thin layer. Like that. Alright. I'm doing pretty good. Putting this OLED screen connector back on because it never fails. I always break them. Wait, this is the old one. New one's over here. Eh. Let me move this up over here so I can have an easier time positioning this. Oop, pushed it just a little too far. Can I get it to come down just a little without moving side to side? It seems not. Dude, I always struggle with these. It doesn't even matter how steady I am. Oh no, and then I just move the whole thing. That's pretty good, but I'm still not satisfied. I'm never satisfied. You know what? Oh my god. Okay. Hold on. Hold on. The tiniest. Oh no. Guys. Oh, I like that. There we go. My microscope. Well, I bought it like 5 or 6 years ago, and it's an AM scope, and I want to say I probably dropped like 900 to $1,000 on the scope. It came with a boom arm that swings. I used that for a long time, but then like what do you call it? Like the foot of it, the weight that holds it down took up so much space on my desk, and I hated it. So I actually just bought a VESA monitor arm. I bought like a heavy duty one. It was still only like 30 or 40 bucks, I can't remember. And then I 3D printed an adapter for uh like basically to make the Amscope mounting system um work with a VESA adapter, and then I attached it with that. Yeah, Amscope's really expensive. You really don't like need an Amscope. I bought mine a long time ago because it was the one that Lewis Rossman was recommending. And Lewis Rossman is he's the guy. He is him. I don't think there was like as many great options back then either though. And there's a lot of options now. Okay, we're at 450, 50%. We're going from the bottom. Right now I'm just kind of heating up the board. Honestly, that microscope that NanoFix has now, the Gorilla I think it is, that thing seems pretty sweet. And I think it was a little cheaper than the Amscope. I think if, maybe like even by a few $100s. If you're like really tight on budget though, I would say just get like a little digital one. They do the trick. Yeah, it is. It's pretty sweet, dude. They got all the bells and whistles on it. See, I have my thermal camera mounted to my microscope with a 3D print, but like I think it's cool how that microscope just like has the thermal camera in line with the microscope. Some of these pins look like they could have used more solder, but we'll go over them if we have to. Seems solid at least. Let's check out these pins. Some of them they actually do look like they are probably making connection. I have a Bamboo Lab P1S. I love it. Even, despite all the crap that Bamboo Lab has done, it's still a freaking great printer. That's good. My image doesn't look too great. Hold on. There we go, that's better. That one's good. That one I can tell is good. The next two are definitely good. That one's good, that one's good. It's hard to tell with this one. Yeah, that one's good. Yeah, those are all good all the way down to here. What about this one? Yeah, that one's good. That one, that one, that one's definitely good. Okay, let's check the back side. That one's not good. These ones actually seem kind of high. That one's definitely high. These all look high. I think I'm gonna reheat it and put some pressure on it before I just touch them up. Let me put this little flap down so it doesn't get in my way. Why's that bowed like that? How bowed that is? I don't know, maybe that's normal. Who knows? First I'm gonna heat it up all the way till I see melting, which is gonna be a little tricky admittedly because I put the flap down. Hey Sushi, how's it going? Thanks for the lurk. Just watching those corners to see if I can see them melt. think we're just about there, so make sure that solidifies, and then just want to put a little pressure there. I think I lifted up the other side. I'm trying to get this evenly on here. There. Oh, jeez, I made it crooked. Let me lift this up again so I can see under here. I'm gonna have to move it a little. Get the other tweezers. I probably need more flux, to be honest. But I want to see if I can get it without the flux first, so that I don't end up flooding the port. Nope, nope, too much. That's good, right there. Now can I put pressure on it without moving it? Nope, I'm too shaky, man. Too damn shaky. Let's see how that is. If I need to tend the pins a little, I can do that. Good, good. That one's definitely good. Those are all good. More so I'm worried about this side. No wiggle from any of them. Sorry, I've been missing chat. Let's see. Tomlov TM3K 3D IPS microscope. It's an okay scope. Okay, okay. 1080p. I have mine on HDMI TV. That's big. My main monitor is 1080p. I want to say this is like a 34-inch TV. It's actually an old plasma. It's not a smart TV. I love uh, I love plasma TVs, dude. They were so good. Where are we at over here? There we go. Alright, let's check these pins. I think it, from my eyeball, it seems better. Oh yeah, those are way flatter now. Here, you guys can't even see because it's like at the top. Perfect. Let's check these out. This one still looks like it could be loose. Nope, that one's good. What about this one here? How are you? That one's good. These ones all look good. How about on the end here? These are a little tricky to get. Those are good too. Okay, I think we're all good. I don't see any loose ones. I'm gonna try and flush this real quick too. See if I can blow this out. I actually got most of it. There we go. Yeah, pretty good job. And we'll just clean around it. Let's get a sponge. Air compressor is such a useful tool to have. What do I do with my crappy tweezers that I was using for the sponge? What the heck? What the heck? I don't know what I do. Oh, there they are. I found them. I wonder if I should probably swap out this plate. I don't like that it has that bit of corrosion on it. I will do that as like the last thing I do. Okay, now we can test it, hopefully, unless I break it immediately again. AI MCP integration with Unity has got me going crazy. Bro, I don't even know what you're talking about. That went right over my head. What's up here is I fixed the M92 and then I immediately broke the LCD. Dude, I always call it the LCD connector, but it's really not an LCD. It's an OLED. I immediately broke the OLED FBC. Cause I don't know. I guess I just like doing it. I just love installing them so much that I break them constantly. You guys wouldn't understand. Okay, guys, moment of truth. Will it plug in? It's in! I didn't break it. Basically giving AI control of developing a game. I tried telling it to go ham and rewrite what it has on the program, but its permissions are limited, which is good. I see. That's crazy stuff. You into them video games? Where my gamers at? I swear this is still not in all the way. Feels like it's hitting something. It is hitting, it's hitting this. No, it's not hitting that. Just that this kind of feels like it's just floating. Get in there. Okay, let me unscrew this and wiggle it around. Dang, you guys are cool. There's a little bug. There's a little bug on my desk. What the heck is that? No, he's getting away. He suicided into my trash can. Oh yeah, okay, so this doesn't feel seated right. There we go. That's better. I tried to squish him and he survived. I guess he like deserves to live after that, you know? He beat me. Okay. First things first. We get battery display and stuff. Why is there no display? And why isn't it charging? It's charging at 5 volts. Don't don't tell me the M92's got something going on with it. Because 5 volts would mean M92 is not giving it the right power. I just want to see that one more time. 5 volts. Yeah, that's a shame. Yeah, we're going to have to take it out again. The M92 is either not soldered on good enough, or it's a bad M92 that I got from AliExpress. Yeah, why don't these just like get out? Why don't they just like come out easily, you know? Like the V1, V2s. Alright, let's see what's going on. What we'll do first is we'll probably touch up the M92. See if we can't fix it by doing that. Let me raise up my desk a little. There, sorry about that. How is our lining up of these pins? Right, no, over here. Pins are perfectly lined up on that side. Perfect on that side too. We can go over them, but I feel like that's a good install. Touch up our points and see what happens. Do I have enough room for the knife tip around all of this? I think so. Can I get some flux to flow down there? There we go. That solder got sucked up onto that capacitor. This is my personal console. Ace is live. I'll bring him up in a minute. I want just a tad more. Yeah. Okay. Let's see what's happening. Instead of plugging in the LCD and stuff, I just want to see if we boot. I'm just going to plug the battery connector from my power supply into it and watch the power draw. I don't think I can raid people yet, or else like when I'm done I would just send you guys all to Ace. I think I can on Twitch, but I always only ever have like 2 viewers on Twitch. That's actually the reason that I can't do like Twitch affiliate yet, is because I have all of the things completed except I have to average 3 viewers over like 4 unique streams or something like that. Yesterday when Nano raided me, I had like 7, so that one actually counted. It would, I'd appreciate it. I literally just need 3 viewers to watch me. I don't know how they calculate it. Like, does this viewer have to watch me for like the whole stream, or what like what's the deal? I don't know. It just says I need 3 unique viewers for 4 streams. Or 3 viewers for 4 unique streams or something. I don't know. Twitch is weird. I'd appreciate that from everybody. This chip looks like it got like a tiny, tiny bit of the corrosion over here. But that'll be taken care of when I ultrasonic clean it. Let's see if it boots. Another thing I wanted to check. Make sure that none of these components fell off the back. Oh, thanks for the follow, guys, as well. Appreciate it. Where were we heating for? We were heating at the EMMC here. Everything looks in place. I don't think any of that would cause 5 volts either. Porter fix? Hello. I thought for a second I read that and I read Porter fix and I was like, wait, it's Porter fix. Hello, Twitch. Yeah, I can it's just Twitch TV / electronics therapy. I can type it in chat. Do I have to do like HTTPS and crap, or can I just do like .tv electronics therapy? Does that work? Is a link? You can just copy it, I guess, if it's not. Okay, yeah, let's plug this in to my power supply and let's try and boot it with my little battery jig, which I did some more work on so that it doesn't wear out as often. Okay, we're plugged in. Actually, let me see, how many amps do I have on this? 1.4, doesn't it need like almost 2 on the OLED? I don't know, 1.7, that's good enough. I will do it for you. I appreciate that, corn dog. Okay. So now we're just looking up on the top right corner to see what happens. I'm going to use my tweezers. I think it's these two, right? No? Yes? I think it's these two. Yeah, there it goes. That looks like a boot to me, right? And then we should hang around here. It shouldn't drop to 100 here. That seems like a boot to me. Farm Tech Kim. He's back. That is a boot. Are we still gonna get 5 volts when we try and charge it? Let me plug a battery in real quick. What determines a boot? As long as, well, so usually anything, if like, honestly, I've just watched it so many times that I know when it's a boot. You usually see it like start in the low like hundreds to 200 milliamps, and then it'll usually jump to 3 or 400, and then as you saw, it drops back down, then it jumps back up again. That's really what I'm looking for. You don't want it to like just turn on and then stick to any one number and then nothing ever change, because that means it's stuck in first phase, the first boot phase. But now let's see if our 5-volt problem's gone now. No, we still have 5 volts. So it's not charging still. But it's booting, it's just not charging. That's strange. And I think that's still going to be the M92. So now I'm like, okay, is this a bad M92? That's what I'm wondering. Because those solder points should all be fine. And let me double check something. Looking at a functional board, I mean, we have it in the right orientation, yeah? Where is it? No, that's right there. We have the dot right there. Oh my god, it's in the wrong orientation, guys. Look at that. How does it boot without that? That's crazy. I messed up the pin 1. But now we know, right? Now we know all we had to do was rotate it. Ah, man. What a classic. Okay. I think this is like the second time I've done this on the like 40 switches I've done. That's pretty bad. Yeah, go look at the pin 1 and then I put it on wrong. We're just gonna heat this from the top. So I'm just gonna put it in this way. Can I get that in there a little tighter? That's fine. Nope, that's not fine. I don't like that. How do I want to put this in here? How the heck did I have it last time? Let's go with this. And then that one goes there. That one and this one go there. That seems fine. I think I was looking at it the wrong way. You have to go a little lower. Bring that into focus. Okay. Let's give it a little rotation. I could take it off at 50%. That's fine. 450. And it's still got a little flux around it, so I'm not even going to add any. Probably add some after I take it off. Is tweezer big enough to get that? Yeah, it is. Okay. I think we're already melting because it is leaded solder now. I'm not even going to change anything with the solder. I'm just going to slap that back on that way. This time it is in the right orientation. I just got to get it where it wants to go. Come on now. Nope. That's pretty close. Oh, I just messed it up when I bumped that corner. Ow, it's hot. What to look for after installing Picofly on OLED? Seems like everything is fine and diode readings on each point are correct. Um, is it giving you an error code? Is there like the lights flashing on the Pico? That looks pretty good. Yellow long, short, long, short. Boots into OFW. So it's not booting into custom firmware, and you did it with a kamikaze. Have you looked up that code? That's let me see here. What is a? Yeah, you guys didn't notice the chip. Like, what's up? I can't believe it. You guys failed the test. Picofly error codes, and there's more error codes too than that are just on um the GitHub. But let's see. It's long short, long short. Yeah, I don't see a long short on their page, but there is more of these codes. Like I said, they're not all listed. Picofly error codes. So long, no, that's short. Oh wait, yeah, here we go. Uh, no eMMC block 0 red, eMMC initialization failure. Common causes. DAT0 adapter pin/flex on the eMMC is not making solid consistent contact. I should put OLED in here too because it's a little different than V1, V2s, how they're set up. Intermittent contact on the CPU or eMMC adapter flex cable. Yeah, so it's an eMMC / DAT0 / clock instability issue. Uh, 1 second, guys. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, it could be SP1, SP2. Always check those for sure. Sometimes even like you might have a solid connection to the SP1, SP2, but they sometimes come disconnected while you're soldering on them from the actual APU. So basically they can be connected to the flex cable, but might not have a great connection to the APU after you solder to them. Yeah, Corndog's right too. It doesn't have anything to do with the eMMC, but I think this can be more than just the eMMC. Because it says this could also be a weak DAT0 / clock connection. So it could be either or. Okay, let me solder this on. I want to add just a little bit of flux around it, hopefully without moving it. That's fine. Okay, we're gonna go back down. I think I was on what, 25% last time we did this. That's what we're going for again. And melt this flux and kind of push it over there. Push that up there. Perfect. We're moving a little. It's just swimming. It's fine. Your ground points are probably fine. I mean, I can't see them, but like most of the time, I mean, you have those 2 ground points, right? At least one of them. Only one of them really needs to be making connection. Let me bump this up just a tad. Ooh, that bumped the whole thing up. Well, now I'm out of position. Why am I starting to get shaky? Dang. Trying to bump a corner and the whole thing moves. There we go. Starting to melt. Looks like it's fully melted. Now I'm going to take the heat away. I'll put some pressure on it. And reheat. Okay. Thanks, corn dog. Yeah, sorry, I saw Shadow, I saw your question. Weller WIC 100 CUL. Let's see. Honestly, yeah, so I mean, I think I have one just like that. Wait, my old one was. I would recommend, like, if you're looking to buy a new one, um, there's a lot less than $100 off AliExpress. Yeah, there's the Sugon, there's the G-Boon, there's what's the other one? What was the other one that NanoFix has? I know he has the G-Boon as well, but he has another one too. I can't remember the name. Can anyone remember the name? Because those are Fernersi, that's what it is. I just popped into my head. The Fernersi ones aren't bad too. Definitely the cartridge ones are like a big, big improvement over the ones with the screw-in tips. They heat up so much faster. Is that the Fernersi you mean was 148? What about the G-Boon station? The G-Boon, not the bigger one, but the smaller G-Boon. That's what I'm using. I love it a lot, and I got the Switch with it too. Yeah, TC22 I think is what I have as well. And then with the Switch, it's great because I'm just using actually like one stand, but then I have the thing screwed into the back of it to hold my C110 or C115, I mean, and then I have the C210 in the actual stand. Yeah, Sushi, I love it. It's great. One day I'll populate the third Switch port, but for now I just have the C115 and C210. I haven't really felt like I needed anything bigger, to be honest. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They heat up quick, almost so quick that like if you plug in the cartridge with your fingers, you better be quick because it will heat up. All right, let's clean this up a little bit. And assuming this chip is good, my solder points are good. It will work this time. Oh, thanks for the follow. Expo Hans, I think is how you say that. Oh yeah, yeah, definitely get them off AliExpress. Sure, you have to wait a little longer, but it's so worth it because they're way marked up on Amazon. Uh, Clean this up a little more. We'll go in with a sponge. How's that sound? Dude, yeah. Like that's how AliExpress gets you, man. They're like, "Oh, you just buy more and you can save more." It's like Jensen Huang when he's like, "The more you buy, the more you save." And it's like, "Yeah, it's true, but like also I'm broke now." All right, let me dry this a little bit. And no need to put this back in the housing. I will just plug in a battery and make sure we're getting more than 5 volts. Survey says 0 volts. Now what? All right. Now what's happening? It's still going to be the M92. Let's check our points. Make sure it's not crooked. This one does look like it's a little further to the left there. Where the heck is my M92? There it is. Actually, those are like lined up okay. I wonder if having it the wrong way could kill the M92. Those look solid. Those ones look good. Let's touch it up. I mean, all these points don't have to be crawling up the side because it has points on the bottom. But it does help sometimes if you're not making perfect contact. It's possible the reverse chip got toasted. Absolutely. I don't know for certain, but it's always a possibility. But let's just do a little touch up on it and see if anything changes. And then if not, then we will go ahead and swap it out for a new M92. I got plenty of them. Let me put some more flux along the sides here. Let me clean this. There. Let me clean this tip again. Yeah, I can't get the knife tip in there. Okay, let's do this side. That should be golden. Just gonna leave the flux on it. Plug in a battery again. Also, let's make sure that we didn't lose any like little caps or something. Everything's still where it should be. Looks like it. I don't see anything missing or off of it in any way. Still nothing. Not a thing. That's strange. Okay. Let's put a new M92 on it. It's possible that it died, so let's just rule that out. Yeah, I mean, I could poke some diodes around it and, I could use diode mode to poke some stuff around it. What we could do is check the pins too. Let me bring up my board view of this and see what our measurements should roughly be. Okay. This should be ground. Yes. No, not ground. I don't know what that is. There's no reading for it. It's pin 1. That's a little high, but you know, there's variance on each one of these as long as these are all consistent. Yeah, yeah. Basically just looking for anything between like 4 to 6 on these. One of these is ground coming up. I think it's this one. That's ground. Why aren't I getting a dead 0 to ground though? It should be more of a voltage drop than that. Or less of a voltage drop, I mean. Which is weird. Let me... Yeah, yeah, turning it off and on again, dude. Let me see what's going on here. Yeah, look how much resistance that has. Look at how much resistance that has, and that's ground. That's weird. It shouldn't have that much resistance. What other ground planes are on this? There's one up here. I think it's this. Is it the third one? No, it's the fourth one. Yeah, that should be ground, and it's the same thing. Huh. We could try and reflow this one more time. It's kind of weird that something is shorting ground because it should not read 300 ohms. It should be like 0. Let's give it one more reflow and see if anything changes. And if not, then we'll replace it. A little awkward to get this in here. Okay. Where are we? Where the heck are we? Right there. Let me move this actually. There we go. What are we, too low? Yeah. Gotta go up. Too far up. There. Alright. Let's see if we can reflow this. I can go higher on the airspeed now since it should be held in the place by the word that I'm blanking. The surface tension. I wonder if the ground plane didn't fully melt. That would be weird though if it didn't, because I did replace the solder with leaded. It looks like our points are already shiny. Just gonna go a little longer to make sure that ground plane is melted. And then I'll come off, we'll come back on it with a little pressure. Try and get this perfectly flat. I think that moved a little. You gotta move it. Yeah, we're a little farther on the right now, aren't we? Still pretty hot. That's better. We can put some alcohol on it. That'll finish cooling it down. Just gonna jump right into poking the ground plane. Which one is it? This one? Yeah, still 350 ohms. I think that's the one. And then this one, it was the fourth one, right? Yeah, it's still 350. That's not right. Alright, let's pop it off. Try another chip. I'm gonna see if I can maybe just leave the current solder on there without having to put new solder on. And now that's gonna need a little bit of a touch up. Don't have to clean it this time though, because this is all leaded already. I need a little more flux. Yeah, I was a little conservative there. Let me see if I can get the teeniest bit on this ground plane too. Actually, that looks fine right there. Okay, let's grab another chip. This one looks good. The text is readable from our direction. So just like that. Oh, we got a floater. That's pretty good. I think that'll float into place. We're gonna have to go light on the air. Let's go to 20. Shouldn't take too long still because we're using all leaded solder. Could still move just if the flux starts to melt and it swims around. That's not true. We went through one. I mean, do the ones that we took off the board because they were already broken count? Also, how much candy do you eat? I'm gonna say very little for my sake. No, we lost it. Right at the end there, it was like, I'm out. Peace. I think that's fine though, right where it is. And then let's do our pressure. I want to get this perfectly flat. And then I don't want to move at all. We just gotta make sure we melt the ground point, not just the outside points. I think that's good. Looks solid. Alright, what do you guys think? Is it gonna work this time? Brand new chip? Supposedly brand new chip? That's what I bought them as, but we don't actually know, right? Nice, I got 70 view on Twitch. That's awesome, I appreciate that. Every time, I feel a little bad every time someone gives me a sub on Twitch because I'm like, man, I don't even have affiliate. So I get like, I don't know, like 30% or something, or maybe 50%, I don't remember. Let's see how those pins lined up. That's what I want to check, because it does look like it's not perfectly centered. Where are you, M92? Where are you at? Right there. Let me move my thing back a little. Zoom in. Oh yeah, those look good. That looks perfectly lined up, actually. Those look good too. Okay, never mind. Guess it is lined up pretty well. This is where we find out that the M92 nuked the BQ chip, am I right? How hot are we? I don't want to put alcohol on that yet. I'll blow some air on it. No thermal shock here, boss. Now we're good. Yep. Yep. All right. That's good. It's clean enough to test. We're not too hot anymore. Battery. No way, dude. No way. It's still nothing. It wasn't the M92. Interesting. Where's the BQ on this OLED? Oh yeah, it's right there. Right there. You know, hopefully it's not just that that battery's full too, because that battery is full. BQ area looks fine, although what is this? I don't know. Nothing missing. Does it boot on battery? Oh yeah, I didn't even switch fucking cams for you guys. Whoops. Does it boot on battery? Let's see. No short pulling from it. Ah, hang on, I need the microscope so I can see these tiny little pins to touch. Where's my blunt tweezers? Man, I can't keep anything right in front of my face. It just disappears. There they are. Okay. I know you guys you can't see. I'm just pushing the 2 pins. Interesting. It jumps to 500. That's a lot. I wonder if anything is getting hot, because that's a lot. Let's do the thermal camera. Hold on, I gotta start it up. Starting up the thermal camera. Straight to 500 is crazy. Okay, that corner looks really hot. Is it the M90? The M92 is getting mega hot. What is going on? What is going on? Did I even switch to thermal for you guys? I swear to God, I'm horrible at this. Hang on. I wanted to show you guys that. There we go. Yeah, let me show you guys. M92 is cooking. Well, you can see too how much residual heat is hanging out around here. You can't see through the shield, obviously, but here, let me boot it again for you guys so you can see. Look at that. That's cooking. There's some short going on there. Why you get hot, M92? We are in the right orientation now, aren't we? I don't see any, where's my donor board? Hold on. Let's check our orientation again, guys. I swear. I swear we're in the wrong. But wait, that was the right orientation. How I had it before. This is the wrong orientation. So wait, why was it getting 5 volts before then? That doesn't make sense. Why was it getting 5 volts? Because I did have it in the right orientation. I just messed myself up. But that doesn't. So if we turn it back, are we going to get 5 volts again? That's Now that's what I'm wondering. I had it right the first time, and then I doubted myself. Dude, you guys failed the second test. Come on, dude. How could you do this? I gave you 2 chances. This is definitely not my. It's all your guys' fault. Okay. You were supposed to know these things. All right, no, seriously though, let's just get this off and rotate it back to where it was before. What will I pay? Gratitude. I'll give you an A plus. How about that? And you can brag to people about it. Busy breaking your own stuff, dude. For sure. That's what this stream's about. I don't know why, but I just switched to Whiskey Tango. So we're using Whiskey Tango for this instead of the other Black Horse Repairs formula. That's gonna make all the difference, dude. It's gonna work now because we use Whiskey Tango. It is true, dude. I'm a content farmer. What can I say? All right. Let's rotate this. I'm not even gonna mess with the solder. We're just gonna use the existing solder. I ain't singing no song. Get out of here. I do need to, I mean, I should come up with things to use on Twitch. You're right about that. You guys will never hear me sing though. That's a promise. All right. We're there. And we're just gonna grab this without messing anything up. Then we're just gonna rotate that back to where it belonged. Oh man, it just, I thought the solder was hard already. It just glued itself on that way. Oh, my flux ran away. Oh, I was like, why is it taking so long? Cause my hot air was turned off. It was just cooling. I don't even know Sid Heresy. Who's that? There. Okay, now we let it cool a little. Okay, now we drop it on. Brother, I was born in the 90s. Is Sid Heresy like a 90s guy? What kind of years are we talking here? I never get it straight just by dropping it on. That's good enough. I probably need to lower the airspeed though again. Go back down to 20. Hang on, this corner's a little low. And it's too far this way as well, actually. That's better. I wouldn't mind putting music in my background, but it would, like, all I know is copyright music, which you can't do on YouTube, and you can do on Twitch, but then they'll delete your VOD, or mute the VOD. Let me let that solidify so I can put some pressure on it. Oh, it moved. That's unfortunate. Oh, it just snapped back into place right there. You know what? You know what? I'm gonna take that snap. We're gonna go with that. Okay, guys, we went from the right orientation that was drawing 5 volts to the wrong orientation that was drawing 0 volts, back to the right with a different chip. I would like I'm not feeling as confident anymore. Let's put it that way. Even though everything now is right on this, my confidence is not as high as it was the first time. And we get this out of the board holder, set it down there so it can cool a little, and come in with some air. Cool it down a little faster as we're impatient here. What? This is try 3, right? I got one more. Worst case, hopefully worst case is this one doesn't have good connections and I can fix that. I want to see how this is lined up. I need to come farther away. Up, up here. Looks pretty good. Kind of hard to see because there's a reflection there. Oh yeah, that's perfect. It's perfectly lined up. And here, that's perfect. I couldn't get any better if I tried. Alright guys, surely it'll work this time. Surely we won't see 5 volts again. It's a miracle. So wait, that makes me wonder though. Was this other chip just bad? Like this, was this M92 just bad? Did I get a bad batch? Because we reflowed this one, and I touched up the sides, and it was still only getting 5 volts. I think that may have potentially been a bad M92. Man, I swear a few others have been like that too. I never know if I'm grabbing a good one or a bad one out of my batch. Okay, now we clean it, and then we put it in a housing. Yeah, let's clean this up. Got a lot of flux on it. Hit it with the chem light first, and we'll come in with the old cube. Where's my brush? There it is. I need to create some sort of device that I can plug the M92s into. Like, is this good? That's way above my pay grade though. Little chip tester. Okay, let's get a cube. Do I have any floating around here? No, I think I used them all. I'll grab a new one. I don't. I do not have any other channels. This is it. People, you're not the first person to tell me I sound familiar. Some guy came in here and he was like, hey, you sound like someone I know. I was like, oh, that's cool. I guess I just have that kind of voice. People tell me my voice is very dulcet, that it's good background noise. I never thought so, but I've been told it by a lot of people, so I guess it must be true. Styro Pyro, dude, that guy's awesome. I actually watch pretty much all his videos. I sound like an owl. Minus the exploding capacitors, dude. That's hilarious. You know, why am I over cleaning this? I need to ultrasonic clean it anyway. Alright guys, moment of truth. Can I line this up? Where the heck are my holes at? Anything in my way? I don't think so. Just gotta get it lined up in there, right? There we go. That's good. Okay. Let's get this out. Alright guys, you ready to break the LCD connector again? It's not coming off again. Get out of here. No, we fixed it, guys. Go ahead. Exclamation mark fixed in the chat. Unless we break the LCD connector again. Oh God, no. Please God, no. I don't think it's going in all the way. Oh wait, never mind. It did. Never mind. We're good. Maybe it just had a little flux in there. Fluxed. Hey, what the? You guys were supposed to say fixed. Let's get this power cable in there for convenience. Okay, moment of truth. Charging symbol. Okay, we just have to make sure that we get into the operating system and we don't get an error. Because that's what happened last time. And that was why we replaced the M92. Please no error. Please no error. Why is it hanging? No, that's the same error. How? Okay, that's the same error that we were getting before we replaced the M92. Hmm, what else could that be? That was at 2101, actually. 2101. Or a damaged USB port. Well, we didn't replace the USB port on this. We could always pop off the port, but hmm. Well, yeah, there's a chance it wasn't the M92, but usually the 2101-0001. Last time I had that error, I did replace the M92 and it worked. Hmm. What's this say? What's the repair wiki say? It says to lift off the USB port. Error on the I2C bus. It's a faulty M92 in most cases. There are cases where it can be something such as a faulty charging cable, excessive force, or accidental damage when inserting and removing the charging cable. It's not usually an error that will just occur on its own for no reason. Because it's a hardware-related critical code, replacing components is your only option. Can be caused by faulty accessories or a USB-C port. Says there is a chance it could also be P13. Yeah, the port's good. I mean, I didn't test the port with my tester, but I looked in the port and all the pins look good inside the port. But that is something we could do. Uh, will it do it at this page window thing? Yeah, they're all good. Yeah, it charges and port tester says they're all good. It could still possibly be um, an issue with the port, even though everything seems fine. Other than that, it says that I can check around the P13 USB on the other side of the motherboard and check the top capacitor for a short. Listen, listen, I had the chip right the first time, okay? And then I somehow got it confused in my head. I was right before I was wrong, right? It's 2101-0001. Okay. What if it does this turn on without anything plugged into it, I wonder? Like what if we just power it on without anything plugged in? Will it still throw an error, I wonder? Yeah, it's sitting at that screen for too long. Yep. Same error. Even without the charging cable plugged in. Huh. Let's look around the P13, I think. There is also a chance that around the audio IC here that maybe the corrosion was a little worse than I thought. We're gonna have to poke around a bit. Where's my other spudger at? I know I have two. Here we go. Our next step is going to be check this corrosion area for anything that might be causing the issue. Check the P13 and ultimately the USB port, even though it says it's good. I have had one case where USB port said good. I replaced it and it did fix a short. Only one case, but you never know. But the USB port, like, from looking at it with the microscope, looks pretty new. Doesn't look any damaged at all, but it's possible that liquid got into it. Not into the port itself, but into, like, under the port. If there's any blown caps, they're going to be where that corrosion was. Let's see. Let me get a good look right here. This is where we had the corrosion. I mean, most of the corrosion is on, like, empty pads. I don't really see any cracks in any of them. That one has a little bit of a burnt piece on the end there. Right there. This one too. Let's check out our P13. The heck is it on the OLED? Right here? Uh, uh, here? There we go. Visual inspection. What is that? What is that? Is that corrosion or is that just a little bit of a buildup? I don't see any cracks in any caps or anything. Let's check. Let me pop this off. Take a peek at the back of the USB port. Well, the back ones all look fine. Doesn't look like there's any bridging. Well, I could just throw it in the ultrasonic at that point. But I usually like to save that for last. But all the corrosion was isolated to this area. What is that? I think there was a small spot on the back somewhere that had a little tiny bit around it. I don't remember where it was. Ah, right there. That's where the corrosion was. They seem solid. Some corrosion on that fan connector too. I'm gonna have to replace that. Unless the ultrasonic cleaner can manage to get all of it. We could look at it with the ultrasonic, or not the with the thermal camera. We can look at it with the thermal camera. I don't think anything um is getting hot other than the M92 is getting hot. But that was, because it was in the wrong orientation. Let's go ahead and check. I also want to see. Well, no, I guess it probably wouldn't work on this either. I'm gonna plug it into my power supply and boot it. The BQ chip is a ball grid array. No, wait, no, it's not. It's like the M92. I forget what these chips are called. I forget what they're called. It be bootin'. Let's go to thermal. We're gonna get reflections from the plate. I don't see anything. Other side? Ooh. Actually, that's the max chip, isn't it? That's pretty normal. This area, though, under the APU is quite hot. Hotter than normal, usually. We could pop this shield off. Yeah, that feels pretty warm. It's not like crazy hot or anything. I mean, we're only hitting 38, which is not that bad. What's the max chip at? 39, which is still okay. But what is getting so hot over here? Wait, let me focus this. There. Is there any specific thing getting hot over here? No, it doesn't look like it. Well, I'm just plugged in from the power supply right now using a battery connector. So the BQ shouldn't be doing anything, which it's not. It's like barely warm. I don't feel that the thermals are pointing to anything significant. Let's just poke around. Do some diode readings, check for shorts. Okay. Gotta drink some water. I'm gonna bring up my board view. I guess we'll start with the P13. We'll check, let's see, check around here. Make sure all these caps are good. What are oh, the filters are down here, okay. Which orientation am I looking at this? This way. All right. Zoom in a little. There we go. Yo, you know what would be crazy if you had like a microscope that had like AI, and then when you like zoom in on the board, it just has like these little diode readings and like a layout of the microscope. Wouldn't that be amazing? Get a little closer. Are we in focus? It could be better. There. Yeah, a little high, but within range, I would say. Oh wait, I'm not even in, I'm not, I've been reading resistance. Yes, that's closer to normal. Those are all good. These are pretty much all around 4. Oh, why aren't I reading anything on that one? Oh, there it goes. Just didn't have connection. Yeah, that would be sick, huh? Those all seem good. What about these two? Those should be around there, right? Yeah, about 7. About 7. Check the other caps around it. Uh, all these other ones should be around 7. Right here. Yep. And then right here. Yeah. This should be 4. Yep. 7. 7. Yeah. No, I think it's fluxy because flux flowed from the M92 all the way over to the P13. What's this one? 5, 6, and then 4, 3. That's pretty close. That's pretty close. What's this one? 40, that's pretty normal. 5, 6 is close enough. So I think I mean, everything seems okay on the P13. I could take individual readings on each pin. I could just check this right side. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Next is 6, then ground, then 6 again. 6, ground, 6, and yep, that's normal as well. Okay, let's look over in this area where we had corrosion. There's this little VGA right here. Don't know what the bottom of that looks like. And then we'll test a few of these. Let's see. That'd be over here. Gotta rotate this. There we go. Reflow would not be a bad idea for that BGA. I want to test the caps around it. This is an inductor. Should be right there. Yeah, that's normal. That side should be lower. Unless, yeah, that side, at least on my board view, says it should be 0.086. So yeah, I'm not getting a normal reading on this side. Let me grab my other OLED that's fully functional. Are we getting the same here? Well, we're getting way higher here. What? Yeah, we're getting way higher here. This must be a decimal point issue. No, they're both really high. Holy. And this is a fully functional board. Huh. The diode readings, you can never trust them on the board views. Got these caps around this chip. Oh. Oh my, look at that. Wait, why isn't it appearing on my screen? Oh, it's just like it's going like out of range or something. What is... Okay, since it doesn't want to work on display, this cap is giving me 2.9 voltage drop. It won't even show on my software. What's the other side? The other side's ground, I think. Yeah, that's ground. That's crazy. That's really high, though. What about these ones? That's... Oh, those are ground. What's this? 7.6, 7.6. And on the good board, yep, those two are normal. And also on this one, actually, you know what? This is giving me the same reading. About 2.9 voltage drop on this one. So that cap is actually good, even with the 2.9 voltage drop. Now, what else we got over here? Poke these ones real quick. 1.8, 1.87 on the good board. We got 1.1, 1.2, and 7. So these two are wrong. Those two are wrong. Yeah, I've looked inside the USB port, but I can show you guys again. USB port's clean and looks in pretty good shape. Like really good shape, honestly. Let's give this a little reflow, I guess, and see what happens. I don't know what this BGA chip's responsible for. There you go. I'll put it that way. All right, let's reflow this. 450 at 50%. Let me put a little more flux there, actually. That'll help clean under it. All right. Want to cover that one connector with just like one strip of tape. I don't think I'm gonna get it, but rather be safe. Where's my good scissors? There they are. Yeah, we'll just put one strip here. That's all I need. Okay. Hopefully that won't melt. It did just kind of lift up. I'm just gonna have to keep an eye on it. It's starting to melt. It's starting to melt. So we're gonna do this a different way. I'm gonna wrap this tape inside here somehow. There. Made it a little nest. Yeah, that's good. See? It's good now. Alright, back to work. Here we go. Give it a couple wobbles. But we are reflowed. I'll let that cool a little bit. I'll hit it with some air. Alright. Well, let's see how it goes. It's too bad we have to plug this into the LCD to know if it's actually throwing the error code or not. I don't like plugging and unplugging from the LCD constantly, because then I'll end up breaking it, having to redo it. I should, man, I want to reflow these too. I had to do that from the bottom though. 4.2 to 3.3. I want to reflow these. I think I'm just gonna do that now real quick. I don't know what these ones are responsible for, but I'll feel better having done it. Because it looks kind of crappy. And I need to hang it off of this a little more. That's better. Okay. Where's my scope at? I don't think I'm a little too far that way. That's what I want. How's that look? Oh, a little better. There we go. Okay, I'll go back to 50%. Let's put some flux on here to help clean that corrosion. Hopefully this will be quick because it's off on this little peninsula thing here. So I shouldn't have to heat the whole board. Really, I should just be able to focus most of the heat right here. You know, I see some corrosion on the back of that connector too. Let me put a little flux there as well, because I see some corrosion right there. I think we're fully melted. A little hard to tell. That looks better though. That looks a lot better actually. I'll worry about cleaning out that fan port later. I'm running out of compressed air. I've been using so much today, and I usually turn it off when I stream so it doesn't just randomly kick on. Okay, now we'll test it. Well, I'm gonna clean it real quick, but then we'll test it. I'll just take a sponge. Can't really go wrong with the sponges. That area looks a million times better. No, I did not. Which max chip? Do you mean this one? Or do you mean the main max chip? Uh, here. This is the 77620. The other one is, what is it? Is it 77812? Is that it? Yes. Either really? No, I haven't done either. I wouldn't think that would be the issue, right? Because we're getting into boot. It's booting. We're getting onto the screen part. And then it's just throwing the error code, which the error code is supposed to be either M92, P13, or USB-C. Like most of the time. I know it can, there is some outliers that can cause that. Uh, but those are the first three things that you want to like test when you get that error code. The only other thing I would think to do next is take off the USB. Which crystal? Which one? I honestly don't know a damn thing about the crystals on this or what they look like. Can you describe it or the area? Near the max IC? A crystal. A. Those are all caps and inductors. Perhaps you mean the other max IC. But there's no flux around this one, so no, you couldn't be talking about that one. Right side up? Not this one, right? The shiny one. You mean up here? Oh, I was there? Okay, I'm stopping. I'm stopping and waiting for response before I keep flipping it. They look like metallic turtles. Top right. This. This part. It doesn't look too bad. I've definitely had more flux on those than that. There's not much on it. There's barely any flux on that. If any at all, really. How does it feel 3 hours in? Uh, my hands are starting to hurt, so I can't stream for too much longer. Uh, Still feeling good about this one. I mean, at least we're booting. The error code can only be so many things. I mean, I'll clean that crystal for, just to appease you guys, but I'm like 99% sure that's not the problem. Well, I'm still trying to figure out what exactly is the issue. We know from the error code, the most likely culprits for the error code are M92, which we've replaced already, so that should have fixed it. Other than that, um, P13, or it could be that there's something going on under the USB port. We just cleaned up this area, which looks a lot better. I don't care leaving this dirty because it'll all get clean when I ultrasonic it. So let's do a quick test. Let's make sure we're still getting our 15 volts and that we're charging the battery. Can I get this without the microscope? Nah, I don't know. I don't think I can see that well. No, I need the microscope. These pins are a lot smaller than the ones on the V1, V2. Can't even get it. Why isn't it booting at all now? Oh, it is booting. I was looking at the wrong, I was looking at my power supply, like, why is nothing happening? So yeah, we're still charging, we're still getting 15 volts, we're good on that end. It's trying to power up, obviously, because I saw it go to 9 watts there. Yeah, it was charging before. It just, it keeps throwing the error code, is the issue now. We are booting. It boots just fine. Alright, get in there. Get in that space. I know, you don't even have the top plate on. Don't need it. What is stopping you? There we go. Okay, I got it. Swarm Tech, hello. Welcome in. Okay, let's get this up. Yeah, I don't think it would be BQ. I mean, there's a very slight chance it's still the M92 or something around it. I don't know. I'm not really leaning towards anything right now. I'm just going to keep poking until something changes, really. If we're lucky, cleaning up that BGA helped. Let me put a screw into this. Yeah, it's a liquid damaged switch OLED. Not a lot of liquid damage, but just enough to make sure it's not working, it seems. Oh, let me get this out of here. There we go. I don't believe so, but I don't know for certain. I'm pretty sure it would show the same error on the dock. Let's try without it plugged in first, because there is a little bit of charge in the battery. Wake me up. Wake me up inside. I can't wake up. Oh my god, it's fixed! It's fixed! That reflow saved it. It was the reflow. We're alive! We woke up! Now I just gotta throw this thing in the ultrasonic cleaner to give it a nice good clean. Yeah, I did work for that one, huh? Yeah, you were right. It was most likely that BGA chip. Alright, let's get this thing taken back apart so I can clean it. And yeah, I'll probably call stream shortly. I actually want to stream longer, but like my hands hurt. So next week, my hands will be ready for next week. Let me pop these out. Oh, and I have to go anyway, actually. I was just informed that I have to go somewhere. Yeah, you missed it. No, so we reflowed this area right here. There was a little BGA chip next to the corrosion, and that was the issue, I believe. I mean, we reflowed a few things, but so it could have been either right here. Let me bring this up. I know, I literally just told you guys that I was never going to sing, and then I sang. So we reflowed this area, and we reflowed this BGA chip right here. So it could have been either one of those. And now I'm just pulling it back apart so we can throw this in the ultrasonic cleaner. Because I want to make sure, you know, that it's not going to just chew through it anymore. Oh, you missed a successful boot? Yeah, dude. It booted. It did boot. No error code. Oh, wait, I gotta put both of these up here. That the fan connector was one of the wildest confirmed reasons for that specific area. And you know what? That fan connector was corroded too. Alright, let me take off all the stuff on here. Get these shields off. Where's my... Here it is. My little needle. I'm just gonna replace this too, because I mean I have plenty of them and I don't want to put this corroded one back on. That should be good enough. I am not sure what that BGA chip is, to be honest. There it goes. See, that's the thing about me repairing my switches. I can figure out how to fix them, but I still don't know what the hell's going on most of the time. I don't know what does what always. I'm just like, huh, this doesn't look right, or, oh yeah, definitely gonna need to ultrasonic that off. Yeah, I still, I don't know exactly how these boards work, but doesn't mean I can't figure out how to fix them. 3.3 regulator, I see. I don't work on OLEDs that much either. Like, I say I probably fixed like 30 or maybe a little more V1, V2s, and I've probably only fixed like 10 OLEDs. Although I I bought 6 OLEDs this time because I wanted to get more used to the OLEDs. So all I really have left is OLEDs. I have one V1. Or no, it's a V2, I think. Yeah, that shield is gross. Absolutely. There was a lot of paste on this one. More than usual. Trying to get up as much as I can with these cotton swabs before I get it with something else. Usually I come in with a wipe or a sponge. I like to get the majority of it though with the cotton swab. Okay. Let's get in here with this. See if I can grab a little bit of that off of there. And I'll just use a wipe to get this. Actually, I don't even have to clean this shield. I'm just tossing it. Don't have to clean it. Now I'll use a cube. Yes, cube with IPA. Alright, and that's good enough for the ultrasonic cleaner, as long as there's not a ton of freaking paste on it. My cat's just sitting here yelling at me. Meow, meow. Okay, I gotta get this shield off. That was easy. That thing went flying, by the way. Okay, I already got that shield off. Take this off. Can I get this with my nail? Yep, there we go. Alright. Crack the APU die? Yeah. Alright, when we come back after the cleaning, it just doesn't work again. Then we have to reflow it. Okay. I guess that's it. I will be just cleaning up and throwing this in the ultrasonic cleaner. And then next stream, which will be next week, it is Friday, right? Is it Friday? Yesterday was Thursday, right? Yes, okay, it's Friday. So yeah, next week I'll be streaming. We'll start by putting this one back together. And then I have still 3 more OLEDs. Yeah, I got 3 more OLEDs we gotta go through. And potentially I'll mod one of them as well. It's Wednesday, my dudes? Nah, bro. Alright, guys. Thanks for hanging around. And also thanks for sitting in my Twitch so that I can get affiliate. You're barely hopping the car, so you won't be able to chat in the chat. Take care. No worries, Sushi. I appreciate the lurk. Man, I think Ace is live, right? I don't think I can raid people. I don't think that's a thing for me yet. You have to have like a certain amount of viewers or something to do that, don't you? Or not viewers, a certain amount of subscribers? I don't know. I gotta figure that out. Yeah, okay, it's 500. Okay, good. Alright. Peace out, everybody. I can raid on Twitch? Okay. Yeah, I'll do that. Oh yeah, I have rated him before. I had 1 Twitch viewer and I was like, here you go. Alright guys, I'll see you later. Take care.